And welcome back to Parking Lot Chats with Corn
and Bo.
So what's up? Where do we want to start? I guess we can talk about that.
What?
So I guess we could have talked about that. We were just chatting.
Oh, where we were going to start? Yeah. We talked about everything else but that. Because we try not to, I think we've said this before, like we try not to talk about what we're going to talk about because then we like say it all before we even start hitting play and then it becomes a whole thing.
Right. You've come across fake, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like you practice it, you already said it.
I think there's been one time in the time that we've been doing this where we had to like repeat a story and it was so awkward feeling.
Yeah, right. And it was like, oh, what?
We're like, yeah, let's not ever do that again. Let's stop talking about things we're going to talk about.
Right.
And just go. So I think maybe we can start with what you were saying.
Okay.
We're going to talk about what you did
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yesterday. I went to the Cirque Italia. It's a water circus.
Like the Circus Soleil kind of thing, right? But the traveling one?
Yeah. Right? Yeah. And I've never been to a Cirque du Soleil, and I always thought that it was really cool, and I always wanted to go. So I think that could be part of the problem, too, is that, like, I was super hyped for this.
Yeah, high expectations.
Yeah, you know, and like my sister used to live in Vegas, but like I would only ever go out there during like holiday season. So she would never want to go to the Cirque du Soleil shows because she's like, I'm not going out in this tourist fucking trap, you know what I mean? Because like she would have to go during like off times or whatever. So I've never been, and I was very excited, and my stepmom wanted to go, and my dad was like, fuck this, and so she was like, I'm buying tickets, let's go, and we were like, yeah, and Eric's been to Vegas a lot,
yeah,
and he's seen like 3 of the Cirque du Soleil shows, and he was like, yeah, I love them, they're great, and Ferris was excited, and we got there, and, it was like, kind of cool at first. There's a big top, you know, that's always exciting.
The fucking tent.
Yeah. Look, I'm trying to be nice, man. I'm trying. Yeah, no, it was terrible. It was loud as shit, and like I get that like it needs to be loud, you know, like for people to hear and stuff, but like it was so loud that as soon as it came on, Ferris was like, I can't handle this, and Ferris and Eric left immediately.
Oh shit.
And Eric even said that it was too loud for him. And, like, that's maybe on me. Maybe I should have brought noise-canceling headphones. But, like, I truly didn't expect it to be this loud. And it was also, like, so fucking hot. And it says that it's, like, climate controlled. But it's, like, they've got, like, some fans going somewhere. Not anywhere near. And we were, like, in the middle. Like, she got, like, what she thought would be really good seats. Because she's also seen some Cirque du Soleil shows. And she's really into it. And I was, like, we were all so hyped. And it was hot. And it was loud. And it was just very overstimulating. And, like, I don't know, with the Cirque du Soleil shows, again, I've never been, but I'm pretty sure that there's like a story to it all, and like I was trying to figure out what the story was, and I don't know. There was an acrobat, and then there was a lot of juggling, but like one of the boys, like he was juggling with pins fine, and then he had these like circle things with like a hole in them, so he was like going to put them over his head, but he never got them all, and he retried a bunch of times, and he never did it. And then there was, like, some choreography, and, like, you think that choreography is going to be choreography, right? But it's like, this one's popping the umbrella, and that one's, you know what I mean? Like, they were not on time. They were not on beat. I don't know, like, is it the Sunday afternoon when, like, you're in a new town? Maybe everybody was drinking the night before. But then they were doing, like, like, basket tosses, you know what I mean? But, like, with a bunch of grown men. So, like, they weren't really going very high.
What the fuck?
I don't know what she paid for these tickets, but I hope it wasn't a lot, honestly. And then intermission came, and she also put earbuds in it. She had like earbuds in her purse she put in. So I didn't have any ear protection, and so Eric and Ferris left. Boyla put her earbuds in. All last night I was screaming.
Oh my gosh.
And Eric was like, I can hear you. And I was like, can you? I can't.
Oh my gosh.
And at intermission, she was like, we could just go. And I was like, well, I'm sure they're fine. Like, they're gonna come pick us up. They were like hanging out around town. Like, they're fine. And she's like, yeah, but we could leave. And I was like,
she didn't want to be there anymore.
And I kept like, and I was like, but she paid for the tickets, so I felt so bad. I felt bad that they already left and she paid for these tickets. And I was like, no, it's cool. We can stay. And she's like, but we could leave too. And after like the 4th time, I was like, did you want to leave? And she's like, yeah, let's go. So I didn't even, maybe it got good in the second half, but like honestly, we weren't even giving it a chance.
Sucks.
Yeah.
I do feel like, so there was like the Circus 2 had come recently in town.
Is that Garden Bros one?
I don't know. I didn't go to it. It was like out at the fairgrounds.
I think I went to the Garden Bros one at the fairgrounds a couple years ago. I don't know if it's still them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw things about it. Like people were asking how. Oh, we never. I mean, I think we're talking loud enough.
I was yelling, so that should have been fine.
People were. I just feel like the people in front of us right now did not park in like a parking spot. I feel like they parked in like the handicap like
Nah,
X's.
there's a thing.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, I can see it.
Just
I can
seems
see it.
very
There's
weird.
what'd you call it? I want to call it a parking hedge, but that's not what it's called.
Yeah,
The
it just
bumper
feels
thing.
very close together. Anyways, squirrel, I get very, like, squirrely when we're in these parking lots and it's active.
Right, we're in an active parking lot tonight, so we're definitely going to be probably commenting on the outside,
Right.
but we're going to try not to.
But people were I was seeing like comments or whatever asking how the circus was and stuff like that, and people were mad saying that, you know, they charged like $25 for parking, and then they charged so much money for like the tickets, and then everything inside was so overpriced. And I just feel like circus culture probably needs like a revamp to get with like 2026, right? Like I feel like the circuses are still what they were like in the fucking 80s, or like when circuses started coming around. Like there's no new to it.
And not that
and it's not sorry,
no,
go ahead.
No, you were in the middle of something.
No, you're fine, go.
I was just saying, and not that this is a bad thing, but they've also like lost an element because like we realized that it was terrible the way they were treating animals. So like,
okay, that's what I was going to say too.
This is a good thing that there's no animals involved, but like you've lost an element and you're charging me more. And then like you were saying, coming into 2026, I forgot this part. The whole concession stand was cash only, and that wasn't told anywhere. So like we typically do bring cash, and Eric asked if we should stop for cash, but I was like, we have to be able to Apple Pay. Like, are you kidding me? No, it was all cash only.
Right, because the circus culture is still so sketch.
You're right, and it's very dated, and I didn't expect that because I really thought that we would at least be up with. I mean, like, I can literally Apple Pay anywhere. You can Apple Pay a bum if you want. What do you mean? Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could Venmo a freaking panhandler.
Right.
But the circus needs cash?
It's very outdated, and like they're still trying to do the same acts they've been doing since the 80s. And I get there's new kids to watch the new acts, but like these kids, you're talking about kids who have fucking iPads and tablets, and like there's just not. It's too like that's like trying to get a kid to get interested in like what's a fucking cartoon from the 80s. You know what I mean? Like it's just not. The graphics aren't there.
So there's a new Rugrats, and he loves it. I tried to put on the old one, and he thought it was scary. That's the point.
Right. So I just feel like this circus culture in general needs like a revamp.
Yeah.
Because the other one people were complaining about too that just came through.
I was honestly shocked at the cash thing. I can't believe I forgot to say that because I thought that was wild. You know what I mean?
But it's because they don't want to. They're not claiming everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's sketch business. It's always been.
And like, cool, good for you. Like I also like to we do like to use cash when we can because like I feel like, you know, use it so you don't lose it. Like I like for it to still be in circulation, but it's wild that like you're saying in this day and age it's only cash only. Come on.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting.
And we didn't even, I don't know what the parking was because you could pay to park them or you could like park across the street for free. So we parked across the street for free and walked. But like if they were also charging for parking, I would have, if we had to pay to park, like if it was at the fairgrounds or something like that, I'd have been pissed because it was certainly not worth the ticket price.
Right.
I think my little thing of popcorn was like $10.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Diet Coke for $5.
That's what they were saying about the one out at the fairgrounds too.
And it was like
this one was at the baseball field, right?
Yeah, it was at the baseball field, like in the parking lot of the baseball field. So but so it's like 20-ounce bottles, but they weren't 20 ounce. They were like 16 ounce or something. But it was like that plastic bottle, you know what I mean? But it wasn't even a 20 ounce, and they were like $5 a piece.
So shitty.
Yeah, and I think it was like $20 for a couple of Diet Cokes and a popcorn.
So shitty.
And then it was like, okay, so porta potties, fine, cool. But then there was also like the porta potty trailers, right? Which are normally nicer, right?
Right.
Tell me why the porta potty trailers smell like a real porta potty. Why does it smell like old piss in here? This is one of these trailer ones. This should be better than that. You know what I mean? So yeah, personally,
all around great experience.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible. It was terrible. It was. It truly was. I did do something cool today, though. I'm not gonna like disclose details because it's like a thing for children. But if you're interested in your local, you can like DM us on Instagram and I'll tell you. But there's a goat yoga for children.
Oh, really?
So I've been invited to a million goat yogas, and I'm always like, no, fuck them goats. But my kid wanted to go. And it actually was really cool. It's a woman that owns a farm locally, and she does it. She does other things too. And yeah, it was a really good time. And they were like, yeah, little goats. And we did our like morning yoga with some goats. But it was so crazy, the weather today. So it was 90 degrees.
Yeah, I know.
And we're in the sun, and we're sweating, and we're covered in goat shit. And then so we go home and we shower. And then he had to go to another activity that he has in the afternoon, and now it's a straight up tsunami.
Like
Straight
downpour.
up sideways downpour.
I was at work at an outdoor tiki bar, and one of my we could see like the black coming in, right? Like we could tell it was gonna rain. We knew it was gonna rain. And my table's like, are we gonna get wet under here? And I was like, well, I mean, unless like the wind blows really hard, no. Like, as long as we're in the middle, like it doesn't come on in unless like the wind's blowing it in. And like 5 minutes later, the rain started, the wind started blowing, people's like stuff flew off the table, not like menus went flying, someone's drink went flying, and I was like, well, there's wind in this one. You want to go inside? It was a hot mess, and then everybody moved inside. It was such a mess.
Good thing that you warned him about the wind, though, because then you would have looked like a real liar. You were
yeah,
just like,
I
nah,
did.
it's fine.
They were like, will we get wet? And I go, not unless it has a lot of wind, and if I can have a lot of wind. She's like, it's windy. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then it passed through. There was literally like they weren't even done eating yet. Like, and it was sunny out and completely clear and gorgeous again. Oh, what the fuck was that? Well, it didn't even get cold. I thought it was supposed to get cold after
I think that's tonight.
Yeah, but I know that's what I said to her too. I was like, I thought it was supposed to get cold after that rain that came through, and she was like, I think it's tonight. And I was like, yeah, but usually like that rain is what brings the cold front, so it starts to drop after that. But it just went back to being fucking hot. Yeah.
We were leaving the house to go to our afternoon activity, and I'm holding the umbrella while he's getting in the car, and we're still both getting soaked.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The activity was less than 10 minutes away from my house. By the time we get there, it's drizzling. By the time I drop him off and I get back in the car, it's beautiful again. It was within half an hour, probably all of it.
Yeah, I mean, they hadn't been there for more than an hour because about an hour is my,
right,
how fast I can turn a table. And I don't even know. Yeah, it had stopped raining before they even done eating.
But, wild.
Yeah, it was interesting weather day here in sunny old Florida. But you know what? I'll take that over the fucking ice storms the rest of the country's getting. So
yeah, that's been crazy.
Yeah,
not
really
my problem,
crazy.
But sorry for you. It's your problem. That's.
I mean, it's a lot of the country's problem. But no thanks. I'll take my 30-minute rainstorm.
Yeah, that was yeah. Yeah, that sounds scary, Like, that's one of those things where, like, every once in a while we're like, it's so hot, maybe we should move. And then it's like, no,
I don't ever want to deal with that.
No,
I texted my sister over the weekend when it started coming in, and I was like, did you guys get snow? And she sent me pictures of it, like, the girls sledding and whatever. And she's like, yeah, but it's honestly more like frozen rain hitting you. I was like, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, my cousin had a baby over the weekend in a northern state, and my aunt was like, well, I hope the baby comes before this time so I can see him, because I have to get back to the house to take care of the dogs and make sure the pipes don't freeze. And
oh my gosh,
they got blizzarded in it. But I mean, if you just gave birth, I think I'd probably want to be blizzarded into the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean? Instead of like going into labor when the blizzard is happening and now you have to try to get to the hospital, that would be fucking terrible. So she got lucky it happened before.
Right. She got there like Friday night, and then so she was there through the weekend.
Yeah, that was luck.
Yeah.
That baby was like, you know what? Maybe I want to make it into the world, and
maybe I'm ready. Yeah, so good luck if you're dealing with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice here in Florida, but we're full. No, I'm just
kidding. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, we'll see. I heard it's going to get cold tonight. I heard that, like, North Florida might get some snow or something.
Oh, really? Again?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to go up there and see it, though, because it's too far.
It's so fucking far.
It's so far. I was thinking about it because, like, they were getting snow, like, last weekend, but, like, it didn't even stick. Like, my sister-in-law, by the time she woke up, it was gone.
Yeah.
She, like, had done, I don't know, she said that, like, she ended up, like, sleeping in on Sunday, and by the time she woke up, it was literally over, and she got on social media, and, like, her whole neighborhood had been posting snow 3 hours ago, and it was all gone by the time she woke up.
That sinks.
Right. Maybe not her neighborhood, but, like, her town. Like, people that live, like, near her were, like, posting snow, and then by the time she woke up, it was gone.
That stinks.
So I was kind of, like, and I was, like, looking like, should I go up there if it's gonna, because we've obviously, like, my son's never seen snow, you know what I mean, but
it's so far.
I don't want to deal with it, and then, like, if it does,
I mean, you could fly there.
I could fly there.
The close airport does fly there, and
that's what I was saying, and I was saying that to someone else, and I was like, I mean, I could fly up there, but it didn't help that person's problem, so
right.
And then, like, you have to deal with, like, I don't know, we're not used to it, so, like, if I fly up there in the snow, am I gonna be able to get back?
Yeah, you would
wait
back,
2 days.
But yeah,
it'll all be gone 2 days from here. But yeah, I would like it if it snowed, like, somewhere else that I could go and easily leave.
Right.
I think that'd be cool. But I don't want to, like, live in it.
No, like, I like visiting it. Like, it's cool to go see it and be, like, there for a few days or whatever. But I don't want to, like, have to go to work in it and, like, do your daily day-to-day life in it. Like, I want a vacation in it.
Right. I don't want to, like, have somewhere to be in that.
Yeah, at all.
No.
No responsibilities in that.
No. That's what my mom said when we were, like, little, we lived in New Jersey, and she said that the nice thing about moving here, we were, like, toddlers. And then when she moved here, she had a Florida child, and she was saying that it was such a nice difference to not have to deal with, like, snowsuits and car seats.
Yeah.
You have to, like, take it off before you buckle them in, but you needed to get
terrible.
to it. And, yeah.
I'm always like, I'm late, and I don't have to shovel my driveway or defrost my car. I could not imagine having to do that before I could leave my house.
Yeah. So Eric's a straight up Florida person, and he was born south of here, and a couple years ago was the first time that his window ever frosted, and he didn't know that, like, you needed to defrost that, and he tried to windshield wiper it, and, like, his windshield wipers got torn to fucking shreds.
That's funny.
I was like, that's funny. I've dealt with frost, like, even here, but he's from, like, south of here.
Yeah.
So he had never dealt with it until a couple years ago, and he fucked his windshield wipers all up. It was pretty funny. If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah,
it's funny.
We don't fucking know.
No, we don't know.
All right.
Yeah,
Celebrity or Disney? Where are you gonna go with?
Well, The Garden Rocks is coming, and guess what?
What?
98 Degrees is going to be there May 10th to 11th.
They're just gonna shine.
They are.
They're gonna do a great job. Old Nick. What's his name? Yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I say random names and it's not right, but that's right. That's not. I do that all the time.
Nick Lachey.
Nick Lachey, yeah.
He doesn't know about Chicken of the
Nick
Sea.
Jonas, there's Nick Carter, and I didn't realize there were so many fucking Nicks in a boy band.
It's
Until
a
I
very
just was
popular-
wondering if I said the right name.
It's a popular boy band name.
Yeah.
So I guess Flower and Garden's going to be like March, the beginning of March through like June, because the first concert's March 5th and the last concert's June 1st. So
Okay.
I probably have exact dates somewhere else, but yeah. There's going to be some good with the music of ABBA. I'm assuming it's some kind of cover band. Simple
Yeah.
Plan, Blue October, Billy Ocean, the orchestra starring former members of ELO and ELO Part 2. I don't know what that means.
No idea who they are.
Herman's Hermits, starring
Okay.
Peter No One.
I'm so confused by
I don't
that.
know
Are the
them.
hermits singing? They're playing their guitars.
You mean hermit crabs? I think hermits are like people that live in the woods by themselves.
Hermits.
Hermits.
Hermit crabs? No? Hermits?
Maybe it's like hermit. Maybe it's old people that live in the woods.
Okay, my brain went to hermit crabs.
I knew that's what you meant.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. I'm sure the internet will tell us when they're there. 38 Special, Chubby Checker, Sugar Ray,
Sugar Ray.
Information Society, Rick Springfield, Berlin, the Commodores. That's pretty exciting,
Yeah.
actually. Firehouse, Air Supply. I don't know who half these people are. A Flock of Seagulls. Is that a real flock of
Are the
seagulls? Or is that a
Playing
band?
their guitars too with hermit crabs.
It says a Flock of Seagulls.
They're gonna get together and start their own band.
Right?
The Hermit Flock.
Plain White Tees. I would actually be interested in that. Katrina, formerly of Katrina and the Waves. And then 98 Degrees, obviously. The Spinners. Josiah Queen. I Am Tongi. I don't know. AJ Croce. Croce plays Croce. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right.
I don't know.
Croce. I don't know. Croce.
Okay.
Croce. I don't know. I don't think I can pronounce this next one either. Queen's Reich and Maverick City Music. So some of those sounded pretty good.
I have a question.
Yeah, what is it?
Where's Joey Fatone?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Where
I don't
is Joey
understand.
Fatone and Friends?
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's weird. He is normally there. Is he going to be? He's not playing
Is he
at
gonna be
Festival
on
Yards.
tour with NSYNC?
You know what? Maybe. Good catch, because that's weird that he's not there.
Joey Fatone's always there. That's like it's like a staple, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I didn't catch it because I don't care about Joey Fatone, but you're absolutely right. Should I just Google why isn't Joey Fatone?
It has to be because NSYNC is going on tour. There's no other
I'm
reason.
sure. Playing at Flower and Garden.
You know who is going on tour though?
Who?
Harry Styles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just announced a new album. And he came out with a single, but I haven't listened to it yet, actually, to be honest. But the pre-sale tickets went on sale today for him, and he's not going on like tour. He's literally going on residencies. Like he's got a 30 30 shows at Madison Square Garden in New York City, and that's his only U.S. date. Like,
so
that's the only place he's
for
doing it. I don't know. I looked it up, but I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I would.
I mean, maybe you should.
I mean, I might.
When is this? I was half listening, so I was also trying to
figure this out. August, I think, is the first date, and it goes through September or something like that. It's like 30 days, but not consecutively.
That might be a nice time to go to New York. I was just thinking about the timing. Like, that would be a good time to go.
Yeah, they went on pre-sale today, and I was too late to sign up for the pre-sale code. I slacked on it. I have no idea. I didn't know. Until today, and then I was like, fuck, I can't sign up for the pre-sale code. But it goes on sale to the public on Wednesday, I think.
So better have your little Ticketmaster fingers ready.
I know. I'm debating. I need to know how much they are. Because I can't afford, like...
Because you'd also have to fly and find somewhere to stay.
But I would really like to go.
You should. I bet it's a beautiful time to see New York. It's a nice time. Yeah. I have a friend that lives in the city, but she's currently in Miami. But if she's back by then...
Yeah. I don't know. I might try. Sometimes I'm like... When I'm like this, I end up just... I think I have, like concert... FOMO. I think I almost get like a adrenaline rush off like trying to get the tickets, and then I get like Wednesday will come and I'll be like, fuck it, I'm gonna try, and if I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. You know what I mean? Because I don't want the date to pass and like not even attempt it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you gotta try.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So why is he not gonna be at Epcot?
Because we are wrong. That's not his festival. He normally does Eat to the Beat at Food and Wine. And then the Flower and Garden.
Okay.
So
this is 98 Degrees is stomping grounds. The boy bands can't mix.
I guess. Yeah. Right. And like the internet was immediately like, what do you mean? That's not his thing. Yeah.
Dang, sorry. Excuse me.
Google AI overview. Giving me an attitude about
you fucking idiot.
Right.
What kind of Disney fan are you?
I know, obviously. I think the problem is I'm not an NSYNC fan, but right. I guess I should have known. And then I don't know. I haven't really. I have been so crazy. I just haven't really been super on social media to find these things out. So I have a couple other like theme park things. So I didn't know that someone had also passed on. This is Universal. A woman passed riding Universal's Orlando, the Mummy one in November.
Why did it pass on the Mummy?
And it said it was a ruptured aneurysm without trauma.
Oh, fuck.
So, I mean, that wasn't, you know what I mean? So, like, there's nothing you could have...
Scary. Yeah. The Mummy is actually, like, my favorite ride at Universal.
Is it?
And that's so weird. But every time I ride the Mummy, I get off it, and I'm like, dang, I forget how good that ride is. And it's quick, it's short, like, it's not... But it's an indoor roller coaster, and it's just a really good one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a solid, like, you just, no matter how many times you ride it, you're like, dang, that was good.
I'm not into roller coasters, so I wouldn't know, but I believe you.
You should do the Mummy, though, because it's not like...
Does it have a drop?
Yeah, it does. Nope. But you don't, it's dark, and it's just, I don't know, it's a good one. I highly suggest it. I hope they never get rid of it. Yeah. But you know they will, because that's what they do. They get rid of good things.
Yeah, if there's a drop,
Old Brendan Fraser.
Old Brendan Fraser. And then the only other thing I've talked about before, but just so you all know, February 4th is the date for the new Muppet Show. They're just doing one to see how it goes, because the original Muppet Show was an adult show at night, but it was like a family-friendly show, you know what I mean? And then Muppet Babies was for the kids, and the Muppet Show was like a show for everyone on ABC at night.
Right.
So Seth Rogen did this. So it's a Seth Rogen executive producer, and like I think Sabrina Carpenter and Miss Piggy are going to end up in a fight over their outfit because they're wearing the same outfit.
Right.
And honestly, it seems like that would make sense for the Muppets. You know what I mean? For Miss Piggy to get mad at Sabrina Carpenter for jacking her style. I feel like
absolutely.
And then Maya Rudolph is there for reasons I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. So I will 100% be watching this. And I think
it's a special, or it's
a special event.
Okay.
They don't have it, so I think they're gonna play one and see how
it does.
Yeah, see like what it brings in. I hope it goes well, because I would love a new version of the Muppet Show. I used to love the real Muppet Show, and like we liked Muppet Babies too, but like I always preferred like the Muppet Show, because sometimes they did have like some stupid rude humor. You know what I mean? Like, because it was for everybody.
Like the two old guys.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like I'm very excited, and I really fucking hope that works out. And then Let me check my Instagram real quick for Disney, and then we can get into celebrity, because that's just my screenshots, and I like screenshot my Instagram, and I think half of my screenshots are going to be Instagram that I sent.
Right.
Muppet Show. This is not Disney. That's not Disney. That's not Disney. I already said that. I think that this was all we have talked about, right? I said what was happening in 2026. I talked about Run Disney. Yeah. Cool Kid Summer. That's all I got. I will do better next time.
Maybe there just hasn't been much going on.
Yeah, maybe
I
not.
don't know. Social media has been hard for me lately, too. So I do get on it randomly, but I'm definitely not spending as much time on it as I have in the past.
I'm posting. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm barely scrolling, let alone, like...
I know.
And then sometimes, like, this is such an old, I don't know, you know, like, we know that we are old and we've said it, but, like, you revert to, like, old habits when you don't have time. So, like, I'm not even opening, like, Instagram and TikTok. I'm just opening Facebook when I get a second. And, like, I'm checking on, like, my 3 cousins, and then that's it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, like, I use Facebook for, like, I've used Facebook because of local stuff. So, like, I find events there, like, traffic stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there is, like, traffic's insane here. So, like, a lot of times I check, like, my map, and I see which way's red and which way's green. And then I'll still open Facebook and see, like...
See if anything's, like,
We have, like, a local scanner page that's actually pretty on top of shit. And, like, they do normally post every single thing that's going on. So you can find out if there's going to be a traffic problem by just checking that page.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Both did that on the way here.
Right. I called her to tell her about something that I thought might be in case she went this way. And she was like, she literally just saw it and was about to call her husband to tell him. And it was like, well...
You know what? I don't have... Sorry, it's getting dark, the videos. And I don't have that little light because I swapped bags and I forgot it last time and I forgot it again.
I think if we move in like this, look how light up I am now. But now I'm like in your face.
Welcome. You see all of... is this 4K?
Yes, I can make it 4K.
No, thank you. All right. Oh, speaking of Seth Rogen, isn't that who you just said, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Big fan. Oh, yeah.
I did. Pamela Anderson, Seth Rogen, he did that series Without Talking to Me. Like, how can someone make a TV series out of the difficult times in your life? And I'm a living, breathing human being over here. Hello. So she was talking about the Hulu series that Seth Rogen did called Pam and Tommy. He, executive produced and started, and she's pretty much saying that, like, she had no idea that was even happening and, like, did not get sign off on it or anything, which I do find kind of ick.
Yeah, honestly, like, so that's what I was just gonna say, like, I am a Seth Rogen fan in general, but that I feel like is fucked up. Like, how hard would it have been to pick up the phone and call her?
Yeah.
And, like, would it not have made the show better to have her input?
Well, correct, and I have a hard time understanding, like, I guess this goes back to, like, celebrities not being treated as human, because why, as a living human, like, how is she not in control of her being? Like, how can you make an entire movie about someone's life and not have theirs or their estates, like, okay.
So question, so was this about the robbery? I don't know what the series is about, but I'm just wondering if it was about
her life.
Well...
It wasn't it about, like, wasn't Pam and Tommy like a series about Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee Jones back when, like, they were partiers?
I think so, but my question is, I didn't watch it. So, like, there was a specific event that happened, and I'm wondering if the series was based on that, would he have gotten, like, a sign off from someone else?
TV series out of the difficult times in your life. So I feel like it was like...
Well, so, like, they made a sex tape, and I think it was, like, a brother-in-law or somebody, like, was supposed to be house watching for them and took it and showed it. So I'm just wondering if the series was just about that. Did he get permission from that person or from Tommy? Not that that's okay. I'm just curious, like, because, like you're saying, like, you would think that a person would own the rights to their own story, did you get the right from someone else who was a bigger part of this specific story? That's my question.
But, like, to use their names and stuff. So, like, maybe, like, you can tell their story if you want to make a story about it, but, like, to use their names and their likeness.
Well, that's why I'm wondering, did you get the permission from someone else? Because would you have had to get permission from someone? But you're saying you still could have came from her to be for her.
For her, yeah. Like,
you're right. I'm just curious, like...
Yeah, I don't know. It feels very wrong.
It does feel wrong. I'm just curious, like, from a legal standpoint, if you got someone else's permission, like, you should still get hers to use her name, but, like, is that how you got away with it? Or do they not have rights? You would think they would. Like, if you just made up a story about my life...
And likeness. So that's, like...
You would think that she would be... Or do you have to trademark yourself?
I don't know, because, okay, so we went to high school with someone that makes, and I don't know why, like, I just thought of this, though. We go to high school with someone that makes apparel for the Patriots. We went to high school.
Oh, yeah. So I
remember him making a post about how he was using the image of some players, and he got like approached by the Patriots and like couldn't use their likeness in his apparel. So how would that be any different to use her likeness, her name, her everything, but not have her permission or compensate her for it?
Do the Patriots have a trademark deal?
Right, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like that might be where like they might trademark. Yeah, which your team should do that. Like her team
should have done that a long time ago.
You should, I would think, trademark yourself as I don't know. Is that something that they do? I don't know.
I remember
it was very interesting to me that like he was able to do that without her permission, and I didn't understand it.
And you know what? Maybe they don't, because I remember, I feel like a couple of years ago, Beyonce, it had to be more than a couple, but whatever, I'm old. Beyonce and them were under fire because they were trying to trademark their kid's name, and it was like Sir and Rumi. I think they were able to trademark Blue Ivy, but then with Sir and Rumi, they were like, this is a regular ass word, you can't trademark this.
Right, but can you trademark yourself? Not quite your first name,
but like your likeness,
but like your image. I don't know.
Personality. Yeah, how is that right?
I don't know. They can like insure their fucking hands. Hand models can insure your. You know what I mean?
Right, right. So you think you would be able to. Yeah, I'm curious how that works, because I agree with her. Like that is shady, and that is shitty of him. I was only playing devil's advocate. To be like,
I know.
Right, but like, I'm gonna put this on record. I'm on Pam's side.
Yeah.
Even because I was just like, I like Seth Rogen, and I do in general. I'm watching that stupid Platonic show again, so that's why I'm like, I like Seth Rogen,
right?
And I'm happy about the Muppets, but that she's right, and I'm just very curious, like legally, can you do that?
Apparently, I guess I don't know. Felt yucky being near Seth Rogen. Oh, this is what started it. Pamela Anderson felt yucky being near Seth Rogen at Golden Globes after he made the series about the worst time in my life. Yeah, it just feels, I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't agree with it.
No, I don't either.
There should be like, but it's like, could you imagine if they came out with like a documentary or like a series on Taylor Swift? Her team would never allow that to happen. Right?
Yeah. Now, okay, I don't want to be mean to Pam. I love Pam, guys. But like, is Taylor Swift that much of a bigger deal and have that much of a bigger team that her team is making better choices than Pam's is? Does Pam have much of a team at this point?
Probably not. I mean, yeah, obviously she didn't have something in place like stopping them from being able to do that.
So it was about the sex tape. That's what I was just curious, like if that's how he got away with it. So the Hulu series Pam and Tommy is based on the true story of the 1995 stolen sex tape of Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. So like, did he get permission from... Neither Pam nor Tommy were involved in making of the series. So did you get away with that because that's a public story? That was, you know what I mean? So like how like Lifetime makes like movies on murders and things that really happen.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So that's what I was thinking earlier, but I was trying to think of the way to say it.
I see what you're saying.
Is it because that's what I was thinking, like if it's about their life in general.
Yeah, but they usually change like the names of the people.
They do.
In that
You're
stuff,
right.
Though,
they do.
Right? Like this is based on true events, but names and things have been changed for
whatever personal reasons.
Right.
But in this story, could you have changed names without, you know what I mean? Like, if you would have told the story, I would have known who you were talking about.
Which is fine if it's inferred, but like as long as you're not
out and out saying it.
Right. Like people, you know, can watch a story, and if they know the real story, then they know who that story is about, even though they've changed the names.
But also, again, is it because it's so public, right? So like even like historical events, you could clearly make a documentary on that and use real names.
Right.
And is that the point? Is there the line too? Is this a documentary or a drama series? Is that where?
Right.
I'm just honestly curious how he got away with it. Like, because you're right. Like, and she's right. Like, that is fucked up to have made a story about her without her. Like, how did you get away with that?
Yeah.
Now
I mean,
it
might be that's obviously some sort of loophole or something.
Right. Not that it's okay. It doesn't make it okay. I'm just real curious because I didn't think about that. But like, I couldn't just be like, hey, this is the story of Kim, and then just make shit up about you.
Right. Trying to see what else I shared.
Do you want to talk about Blake Lively and them?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, but you want to talk about Snoop first?
Well, I don't know. He's been posting some fucking
wild stuff.
Well, like super inspirational and like Grandpa Snoop. I feel like I'm sitting down with Pops. Like,
tell us what they say.
This is kind of long though. I don't know. So it's pretty long.
What's the gist?
But like, all right, now pull up a chair, kick up Kick your feet up, loosen your shoulders. Uncle Snoop about to tell you something. Not a lecture, nah, a story. The kind of story that slides in smooth laughs with you first, then sneaks a little wisdom in your pocket when you ain't looking. See, folks always think my life has been one long smoke cloud floating from one party to the next. Like I woke up one day with braids, a flow, and a star on the sidewalk. Nah, nephew, life don't work like that. Life more like a lowrider with a loose suspension. Smooth if you know how to handle the bumps, dangerous if you don't. Back when I was young, I thought success was loud. I thought you had to bark to be heard. I thought the biggest dog in the yard was the one growling the hardest. Turns out the real alpha is sitting in the shade watching everybody else waste energy. I learned that early and late at the same damn time. This one's so, he just keeps going, but like not quit, not disappear, just slowed my walk. Like one day I'm rushing, everybody rushing, managers rushing, labels rushing, people yelling like the world gonna end if the beat don't drop on time, and I'm like, hold up, why are we moving like the rent due on peace of mind? So I stopped, not quit, not disappear, just slowed my walk. And when I slowed down, I noticed something wild. The loudest people usually confused, the busiest people usually avoiding something, the angriest people hurt somewhere they don't talk about. Meanwhile, the calm ones, they know something. See, life will test you. It will throw distractions at you dressed up as opportunities. It will offer shortcuts that lead straight to dead ends. It will give you applause that disappears the moment you need silence. And you gotta ask yourself who I am. Who am I when nobody clapping? That's
I'm
the
gonna
real.
fall asleep.
That's the real interview. He's just going on, and like you can't.
I mean, like this is true stuff. It's just
I know,
where's
and
this
then
coming
the real
from?
flex,
Is there a point?
I don't know, but he did it again. Like,
Is this real page? And like Tyrese
yeah,
didn't
no,
take this over?
it's his real. Don't look at the comments and cheat. Where's Snoop? And he posts like a Where's Waldo thing. He's been very active on social media lately, but it's got the blue check marks. I'm assuming it's him. But he's just been, giving us some wisdom and some fucking. Martha made a Snoop dog. I don't know. Snoop's been on it on social media. He made me laugh.
I mean, it's fun. It sounded good.
I know. Fashion designer Valentino dead at 93.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, that sucks.
93 is pretty old, though. I mean, like, not to be like rude, but like.
I mean, yeah,
you're fine.
I mean, he lived. Oh no, he lived a life. Brooklyn.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah.
Did you see like?
I've seen so much.
What he wrote? Yeah. Well, I didn't go. I guess I never saw the back and forth, but I saw like what he
had to say,
wrote on his.
And then did you hear what like her ex-boyfriend's sisters are saying, and then the
that
Spice
she's
Girls
hard to
fans,
handle or something like that.
And then and apparently she had like a makeup artist that said she was hard to handle, but then people are like, that man worked with her one time, he's just looking for clout,
right?
And then I guess like the UK is like going crazy and like pulling a fucking Spidey and like streaming Victoria's solo music so that she's like #2. She beat Taylor Swift on the fucking UK charts right now.
See that
because her fans are like coming to her defense, and like I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
I know it's hard for me to like fully form an opinion on that because we don't know their lives. But I also know parents can be toxic, and I also know
I always thought she was the worst Spice Girl. But I feel mean saying that.
Who did?
I always thought she was like the meanest Spice Girl.
She
like
was,
I didn't care for her as a Spice Girl. She's my least favorite Spice Girl. I love the Spice Girls and like I want to defend her for that. But like honestly, she's my least favorite.
Right. I mean, there was always like talk back then too. But then
but
then I watched that documentary and like I loved the what was it making?
I didn't watch
something
it.
To Beckham. What was that?
Yeah, something.
And I was like, I had like a really like great time watching that, and I really liked them in it. But then, like he says, like it's all a facade, and everything is for like the image of the Beckhams. You know
and I feel like that. I believe that
they do, and I do believe that they're very controlled. I'm sure they're very on top of their image. Like, their
then, like,
livelihood kind of depends on their fucking image, right?
And then like the DJ came out and said that like the wedding dance part was true.
And there was a blind sent to like that Dumar page that I follow back like when the wedding happened, that like it was awkward and shit happened at the wedding between like that the wife what's her name, I can't think right now, Nicola like stormed off, like left and like in tears. So like that was said way back then.
And I feel like that alone tells you that like Victoria's clearly like got
like
something up.
Clearly happened because
you could be bridezilla all day long, but if you're freaking out and crying at your wedding, something happened. That's not you.
Right.
That's not you.
And like they were supposed to, and if you don't know, according to Brooklyn, that during their wedding, there was a time in the wedding, in the ceremony or whatever, the reception, when they were supposed to dance together, Nicola and Brooklyn. And instead...
For their first dance.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it, but
I think that's what it said. It was supposed to be their first dance.
Instead, at that moment in the ceremony, in the reception, the DJ called.
Well, Mark Anthony was doing it.
Yeah, Mark Anthony called Victoria up to dance instead of and to have the mother-daughter dance or the mother-son dance, which happens also. So I don't know if like maybe someone just got the timing mixed, and then because of like all other feelings, like if it wasn't done intentionally.
Well, I think like the first dance is meant to be the couple, and then you do mother-daughter. I mean mother-son. But the first dance is meant to be them two. And then after that, you do your dances.
Then you do the dances. I just
went
went to the wedding over the weekend, and I'm trying to remember like what, because I feel like the father or daughter went first, and then I feel like the couple danced last together. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
And maybe they do it differently, but from what I read was that they were supposed to have the first dance, was meant to be them,
and
they
instead they
at
called
the last minute,
and then she like danced inappropriately on him.
And then, well, so there was like a DJ and Mark Anthony was doing things. So apparently the DJ said that this part was Mark Anthony's announcement,
right?
And they all thought, and like they had practiced and rehearsed him doing the first dance with the wife,
right?
And then so when Mark Anthony announced, he said the sexiest woman in the room, Victoria Beckham, and everybody's like, what the fuck? Because first of all, that's weird at your son's wedding that you're the sexiest woman in the room. And it's, if everyone that was involved in the wedding planning thought the first dance was going to be with him and the wife, then clearly you've convinced Mark Anthony to do something that he shouldn't have done.
Right.
I feel like, but like, yeah, like I'm sure like people can do it differently, but from what I read from guests that were there, or not just guests, like the DJ is part of it. It was meant to be the other dance. And then, like, the wedding dress thing, like, people are, like, pulling her apart in the comments, and they're like, how are you going to say that she canceled on the 11th hour when, whatever, Valentino, or I think it was Valentino.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Was working on a dress for 11 months. You think celebrities don't have more than one dress?
Right.
You know what I mean? I think my sister eloped and had 3 outfits.
And
it was literally just her and her dogs.
Or was that said because they didn't, at the time, want to put out that...
Oh, right.
Like, the mom had backed out because they were still trying to save face back then. They were still under the mom's control, like, under, you know what I mean? Where, like he said, everything had to be perfect. You weren't allowed to say anything. So, like, was that even true? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We just don't know. We don't know enough about the family dynamic other than what he has now told us to know, like,
I'm leaning towards his side just because, like you said, like we know that people can be toxic, and like she's always rubbed me the wrong way.
And then could he be like a spoiled rich kid? Absolutely, but does that mean that his feelings are invalid?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, he's cut his parents off for some reason.
Right. You don't just stop talking to your parents because you don't feel like talking to your parents.
Especially, like, your parents that have literally have all the money and, like, can support you. And, like, if you had a healthy relationship with them, you would not be cutting them off. So there's something happened. Something's not... And is it the girl? I don't know. But, like, honestly, are we mad at him for, like, standing up for his wife? I don't think we should be.
No, and that's the thing, too. Right. Like, even if, like, she's upset because of something that's happened and this is why he's doing it, if the thing happened, that's still a problem. And, right, like, he's made a commitment to her. That's his new family. So,
right. And,
that
like,
makes sense.
If her feeling, like, if he feels like his mom is, like, overstepping boundaries with his wife, like, is he wrong for standing up to his wife or for his wife? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Again, I don't know enough about it to have a full-on opinion, but I'm definitely, like, if you ask me, I would say I was on his side. Again, my opinion's not real or valid because I don't know these fucking people.
Right.
But from what I've seen, I'm on the same page. I'm on the same page. I think it's funny that, like, the Spice Girls fans are coming to her defense because I like the Spice Girls, but, like... And then I believe more of, like, his rhetoric,
do the fans understand that, like, the reason the Spice Girls aren't touring is because of her?
No.
Like, don't we all know that?
Well, and that's what I wasn't going to say that exactly, but, like, that's a funny thing, too, is that, like, this is why I believe him, too, and, like, his whole, everything has to be, because she just the other day, I screenshot it, she just the other day posted that she was out with the girls for one of their birthday, Emma Bunton's birthday. Bitch, you haven't hung out with them in forever, but now you're all over the chopping block. Right. And you're like, guys, remember, I'm a Spice Girl.
Right.
Literally, yeah. Okay, I screenshot this yesterday, and so E! News had shared that Victoria Beckham posted a picture of everybody except for the other Mel B. Happy birthday to the most beautiful soul. I love you, girl, so much. When's the last time she posted her in the Spice Girls?
Yeah, please, no. Oh, this is the thing. Sent, in a series... An anonymous tip we received back in 2022 from Demois, which is like that
Right.
social
Dino
media,
bone,
like
headphone
yeah,
thing,
like
right,
she
right.
does that. She gets like blinds in from about celebrities, right?
And then you tell us.
Yeah. Here's the tea from the Beckham Peltz wedding. Mark Anthony sang at the wedding and held a speech. The speech was the most awkward thing as he did not mention Nicola or her family at all. He then decided to dedicated a song to Victoria Beckham in Brooklyn, which set Nicola off. Literally ran out crying, and her entire family went after her. When the mom and son dance ended, Brooklyn ran directly outside. They did not come back until after the party. Nicola's acting coach and stylist were the only ones there that held a speech for her. There was noticeable tension. The Beckhams didn't really interact with Nicola or her family.
See, that's awkward,
Sent
too.
in 2022 after the wedding.
And, like, even if this wasn't some weird dancing, like, that's still awkward for, like, the families not to mingle and for, like, you to have this whole wedding and not mention the bride. Like, that seems like you're taking attention.
Right.
After reading that, I'm more on his side than I was.
Right. My mom hijacked my first dance with my wife, which had been planned weeks in advance, to a romantic love song. In front of our 500 wedding guests, Mark Anthony called me to the stage where in the schedule was planned to be my romantic dance with my wife, but instead my mom was waiting to dance with me instead. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life. We wanted to renew our vows so we could create new memories of our wedding day that bring us joy and happiness, not anxiety and embarrassment.
And that's fair.
That's what he wrote. Which
You know
kind of lines up with the fucking blind sent after the wedding in 2022.
And the DJs, I think the DJ said that, like, it wasn't, like, some scandalous, like, striptease, but it was still awkward and uncomfortable. Which, like, he didn't say it was a scandalous striptease. He said it made him uncomfortable.
Said it was uncomfortable, yeah.
Right, which, like, I feel like the DJ's perspective is also lining up with this. You know what I mean? Interested what Mark Anthony has to say, but he's not going to say anything because he's clearly on the Beckham's payroll.
Right. Yeah, he's not speaking up.
So, yeah, let's talk about my favorite part.
Right,
Justin full of baloney.
Justin baloney.
Honestly, this motherfucker.
Okay, so much has come out again, right? And I have not only skimmed through. I can't say that I've, like, read the whole document. I'm not one of those, like, fucking people reporting on it, right? That, like, read through everything they report back. I'm not doing that.
Time for that.
But what I do read is, like, highlights and comments and follow people who do break it down. And
you can piece it together like that. I piece it together from the comments. You know what I mean?
So
you can't just read a headline, but if you read the comments too,
there
you're fine.
was I don't have, like, the full there was a, along with everything released was the Taylor Swift and Blake Lively text messages that everyone's been fucking waiting for, right?
They were so
and
good.
In one of them, Taylor Swift called Justin a little bitch, and with a tiny violin. Like, I had the fucking text messages in there. I guess I never sent it.
So it turned out that I was right, and the canceled song was about her the whole time.
I'm like, we literally said that when it came out. That canceled absolutely was about Blake, but not in the way that everyone was saying. Like, she literally uses tiny violin in the lyrics.
Yeah. When she said, I like my friends draped in Gucci and in Scandal. That's when I was like, this is about Blake.
Right.
And about how you love her.
To bring a tiny violin to a knife fight.
Yeah.
Like, and then we find out that she used tiny violin.
That's absolutely what she meant.
In a text message to Blake prior to that show, that song being released. And then people were like, oh, she's, and it's like, okay, well, if your friend tells you that you're being sexually harassed at work, and then you're having conversations about the person that's sexually harassing you, your friend's definitely going to call him a little bitch. So, like, I don't understand, like, Taylor, it's just so stupid. Everyone will, like, just say anything they want to, like, not, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just like, I'm like, my brain is going a million miles a minute right now because it's so frustrating, but we've been preaching this
we've been saying this the
entire time, but the fact that there's still people out there, like, defending it.
I feel like they just look dumb. You just dig in your hole deeper, dude.
Right.
You just dig in your hole deeper. We knew this whole time how this was going to end. And
right. Then they were saying, and then, like, a lot of the shit saying that, like, he never had Final Cut. There was always in his, like, contract or whatever that, like, the cut of the movie, because that was the whole thing. She stole the cut, right? She stole the Final Cut. But, like, he was never guaranteed the Final Cut. It was always how his scored. Like, her scored better.
So that's what happened. What
like
silly...
I mean, they're just, burying themselves. Did you have anything else to say on that?
Let me see, because I think I screenshot, like, the same about the knife fight thing, and I thought that was fun. And then there was some Jamila Gill stuff that, like, I didn't read, so I don't really know what the thing is. What did I say? Taylor Swift called Justin Baldoni a bitch.
Yeah,
which
I
was
had the
fair.
texts. I read them, but I don't have I guess I never sent them. That's not. I'm never gonna find them now.
And then Lively called him a doofus and a clown. And like, I feel like
valid.
Yeah, this is all fair. Good, guys. I'm glad. I'll see if I had something else about them, but I think that's the only thing that right. And that's what I had said that this bitch is gonna. I think this bitch knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin. Shit's funny. Taylor Swift's funny, guys. I don't know. The rest of it's all about other stuff, I think. I think that's all I have.
Yeah, but guys, the text messages that are being released and all the documents that are being released, they're not helping Justin's case. Like, stop trying to make it that way.
And that's my favorite part is like he was so sure that these texts were gonna help him. What do you mean?
Right.
What do you mean? How did you not know they were calling you a bitch in their group text?
Right. I mean,
or their regular text.
They're friends having conversations. Like, I don't understand why their text messages are even valid. Like, why are private text messages valid? I don't understand. I don't know. Because Taylor has literally nothing to do with it. It's not she's not the PR company. She's not an executive producer. She has nothing to do with the making of this movie. So I don't understand how what Blake says to Taylor is relevant. I guess because Justin wanted them subpoenaed because he's trying to prove that she used Taylor against him.
But how? How did that even work? What did Taylor have anything to do? How could she have used Taylor against you? What did Taylor have to do with any of this?
Right, like because Blake invited her over to watch the movie, to score it, or to have a conversation with you. You felt like she not bamboozled you, but like in that meeting, right? Like, remember,
right.
Like he was like, I was having a meeting with Blake, and then Taylor showed up at the end, and he felt like that she had Taylor come over just to like intimidate him or whatever. Yeah. But like, if you can be intimidated by somebody, that's like on you.
Yeah. She just literally, her friend just
like she just used your fucking weakness. That's not her problem. You have a weakness, and she found it.
You would do the same.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just seems like, okay, I don't know. It just seems weird that her text messages, friend text messages, are even brought into this.
Right. It doesn't seem like it's relevant at all.
At all.
But I'm glad that they brought them in because I felt like he really thought that these texts were going to help him.
And like, really know that Cancelled was written about him and her and the whole scandal.
Yeah, and I just think that it's so fun, like that they're like calling him a bitch and a clown, you know what I mean? And you wanted this released. You wanted these text messages of them calling you a little bitch released to the public. Okay, baloney head. You know what I mean? What do you... All right, man.
Yeah.
Good call. I'm sure this is all not going to backfire on you at all.
It's definitely making your point.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely proving your point with these text messages of these women just calling you a bitch and a clown. Stupid. You're the one that wanted these texts released. Okay.
Yeah, he's something else.
Baloney face is a clown and a doofus, and we already knew, but thanks Taylor Swift for confirming.
Yes, thank you. Fire Rose is coming out and talking about her relationship with Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, I had to look because for a second I was like, who the fuck is Fire Rose?
She was like the young one that he married, and she like posted a fucking recording of like, you know, the phone's down, like, you know, women in abusive relationships.
Yeah, that's what you
unfortunately have to do. And it's not very good.
Yeah, I believe that. Billy Ray has been a bitch.
Yeah. But and then everyone is kind of crazy
that's why Miley hasn't talked to him in years.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to play it? What are we talking?
I don't want to play. I don't really want to
trigger
play
people.
it.
It's gross.
But it was, not good. And then something popped up. I didn't even share it, but it was like something popped up, you know, his PR team trying to fucking clean up his image. Something like, supposedly you did good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what it was, but I'm just like, you guys stop. Like, he's not a good person. Stop trying. Go away. Like, you're irrelevant.
You really are. You
like,
really
you
are.
You don't have anything. There's nothing. Go away.
What was the last thing that he did on his own? Achy Breaky Heart? You know what I mean? What was that, 1988?
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, I guess Miley, it was the fucking show, Hannah Montana.
But who was the star of the show? Miley, not him.
Right, but that's the last thing he fucking did anyways.
Right, and he was just using his kid for clout.
Right. Go away.
Go away, Billy Ray. Nobody cares about your achy breaky fucking heart. Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head because
and
I said it,
then Travis Kelce's mom, Donna Kelce, and Taylor Swift's mom, Andrea, were hanging out together at the Sundance Film Festival, and that's so cute. Like, I bet they are best friends. Like, I bet they get along so good. Like they almost look like
they
sisters.
look like they would be friends.
Yeah,
honestly.
like they just that's sweet. I like that. I like that.
I do like that too.
And then that's really all I have, because the other thing I had was that more Baldoni shit that
is there anything funny? Because I'm having a good time picking on him.
Well, not really. Like, I guess there was a message about he went on during his press tour or whatever. There was a hi Jacob, just alerted Josh about this, but Justin is basically alluding to raping Atlas out of Lily when talking to the Dallas Morning News. We cut the tape, but he's a moron. Josh said he shouldn't do more press, but he has a lot left, so maybe we can talk ASAP. He said he wants to do a call with Justin and his publicist. Will you see if that's what he still wants? So, like, they were, like, I don't know who Jacob is actually for sure, but whoever it is thinks that he's a moron also.
Well, we agree with you, Jacob.
Because even during the press tour, he was fucking things up. Like, yeah, like, but then I'm like, but then I did read the comments that that was kind of like the gist of the book. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
So I don't know, like, if he was out of context,
right?
For,
If he was
like,
out of
bringing
line,
that up. But they obviously didn't like it because they knew what could have potentially been. I think that this exchange is because they knew what could potentially come out about him, and so they didn't want him, like, even
don't even discuss
discussing things like that,
right?
With normalcy, because he was saying it in a sense of, like, the quote from the Dallas interview was, for me, what that scene was more about was Ryle feeling like he had lost all power and feeling so insecure and jealous that the only way in his mind that he could show her how he loved her was, and I won't say the word that we used in developing it, but what was essentially to force any love she had for Atlas out of her. So,
right, because now you're defending rape.
Right, so if you've never read the book or the movie, like, Atlas is a past person, Ryle is her now person, and she kind of runs into Atlas in the new town she lives in, kind of develops feelings for him again, because the feelings never, like, that past never really got closure, and ends up, like, leaving Ryle, whatever. So, and there is a scene where it's not okay. Like, Ryle is does not do a very nice thing. So this is the scene he's talking about.
Right.
So and she says, Ryle's motivation, if you're talking about character motivation or why he did what he did, from the filmmaking perspective and from the actor perspective, was he was trying to, in his twisted mind, love Atlas out of her. There's another word we used, and I'm sure in your imagination you can go there.
Yeah, nope, he shouldn't have said
like,
any of that.
It just, like...
And it also sounded like he was defending, like he understood where the person was coming from, which like that's not something that we should be understanding. We shouldn't be understanding where rapists are coming from,
right?
And you're over here like,
he's defending it.
Yeah.
But then I guess you could argue it that he's, like, saying it in a director person.
He's trying to get into the head of the story, blah blah.
Because you have to, and the character, you have to get to where they are and understand how the character was feeling and the thing. So, like, but it just doesn't sound good coming from someone who is now accused of sexual assault, or I don't know,
or
if
harassment,
I can even say that, or harassment,
whatever
it was.
Come get us for defamation. How?
So you probably shouldn't be saying things like that on a press tour, and they knew that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how that sounds for sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Well. Old baloney does it again.
Oh, baloney, just making Blake's case. I feel like this is like classic case of just sit back and watch them bury themselves.
Right. She didn't even have to do anything. I mean, her career, her reputation clearly took a hit there for a minute, but like, not for everyone. We never doubted you.
Right.
We were on your side the whole time.
Right.
And I feel like anyone that was really paying attention, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that were. It was like hard to find them, I think, because
they're coming more and more out. Like,
bots and whatnot.
For whatever reason, on my Threads app, I get a lot of, like,
I get a lot of good stuff on Threads. I like
very
Threads better.
hard. It was very pro Baldoni for a long time on my Threads, and it's very much shifted. And I don't know if that's just the algorithm and how it's, like, pushing it out to me now, but I've always been, like, very
pro Blake.
So why is it
Just now turning.
Just now turning,
Right, yeah.
I think people are just becoming more and more vocal and, like, willing to speak up, because before they were getting, like, hammered for it.
Every time that I made a meme or posted anything on our pages, there was always a comment, like, telling us that we were idiots and didn't know what we were talking about every time. And, like, we don't get a lot of comments for it to be every fucking time I posted something about Blake Lively, someone had something mean to say or rude to whatever, you know what I mean? Acted like we were crazy. We weren't crazy. Maybe about some things, but not this one. We're right about baloney. I had some Kanye news.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
You saw this, or you saw his actual news?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, you don't know what this is. So, Saturday, I saw a post that said that he released a shirt that said, Pete Davidson has AIDS.
Wait, I didn't see this. Pete Davidson loves speed. I did see that.
And then today, he took out an ad in the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
And to formally apologize to everybody. So this actually, I feel bad for him on this one. And, like, this makes a lot of sense if it's true.
Right.
So it said, to those I've hurt, 25 years ago, I was in a car accident that broke my jaw and caused injury to the right frontal lobe of my brain, obviously through the wire, right? We all know that. At the time, the focus was on the visible damage, the fracture, the swelling, and the immediate physical trauma. The deeper injury, the one inside my skull, went unnoticed. Comprehensive scans were not done, neurological exams were limited, and the possibility of a frontal lobe injury was never raised. It wasn't properly diagnosed until 2023. That medical oversight caused serious damage to my mental health and led to my bipolar type 1 diagnosis. He continues, in early 2025, I fell into a 4-month-long manic episode of psychotic, paranoid, and impulsive behavior that destroyed my life. As the situation became increasingly unstable, there were times I didn't want to be here anymore. My words as a leader in my community have global impact and influence. In my mania, I completely lost sight of that. As I find my new baseline and new center through an effective regimen of medication, therapy, exercise, and clean living, I have newfound much-needed clarity. I am pouring my energy into positive, meaningful art, music, clothing, design, and other new ideas to help the world. You know,
meaningful
like
clothing design, like
Pete Davidson has AIDS.
I'm sorry. The rest of that, but when you said that, I'm like, that's where my brain went to.
I'm not asking for sympathy or a free pass, though I aspire to earn your forgiveness. I write today simply to ask for your patience and understanding as I find my way home. So yeah, all of that except for the meaningful clothing design thing. I feel for Kanye. He has been a maniac for the last 20 years. But, like,
we've always said that, like, it was meds, like something, it was not firing right in there, and, like, he needed to figure that out.
And if you listen to, like, some of his older music, like, he's clearly a different person than he was then. Like, very clearly. Like, the things that he says. Even the way that, like, he uses his words. He had a way with words before that was very eloquent, right? And, like, he's clearly lost that. Because now he's just yelling random things. And, like, he used to, like, he was really good with his words. Like, like he could paint you a picture. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of, like, his early albums are, like, really deep.
Yeah.
And now he's just a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Arguing with Pete Davidson for no reason. Yeah. Constantly harassing the shit out of Pete Davidson.
Like, he has moved
on.
Like,
honestly, he just had a
new
baby.
Wife and baby.
Like, he has nothing. Why would your new clothing design say Pete Davidson has AIDS? What are you doing? Honestly, and, like, when I read that interview this afternoon, I forgot that I'd taken that screenshot yesterday, so I didn't even put that together until I read them back and forth, and you laughed, and I was like, right, yeah, no, this is wild.
I think my energy into a new clothing line.
All right. And then a lot of the rest of my stuff is nonsense, but this is just super fun for me, because, you know, sometimes I like to talk shit about Ben Affleck, right?
Right.
So Jen Garner apparently said that Ben Affleck listens to a song over and over. And I also think it's funny because I have a child that does this. I had a 3-month-old and a 3-year-old living in a rental in Cambridge, Massachusetts while he was shooting The Town. And he listened to Beyonce's Halo full volume. And I think that is just really fun. What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
What an interesting fella.
And I feel like that makes sense.
He's been, like, photographed in, like, drive-thrus lately, and, like, I don't know, it makes news. Like, oh, he's at Burger King. Oh, he's at McDonald's. Like, what? I don't know. Oh, he's at Dunkin'. Like, poor Ben out. Like, I don't. It just, like, people love to, like.
Right.
I don't. What's the word? Like, clown him. I guess. I don't know.
They do. They do. And honestly, it's funny
for doing the most human things. Like, he likes Dunkin' Donuts, and now, like, I mean, obviously, at least he freaking gets in on the joke, you know? Like, he became a Dunkin' ambassador or whatever. Spokesperson.
Yeah, he did. Right. Yeah. But, like, leave him alone at Burger King. Nobody needs to know he's at Burger King. That shit's gross.
It's so funny.
It's embarrassing. Poor Ben. Just needed his chicken fries.
Right.
I don't know. We're at, like, 65 minutes.
Yeah. I think that's all the news we've got for the last 2 weeks. These little ladies are joining us outside. Don't mind all my shit in the back, by the way.
Yeah, that's just our emotional support cowboy hat.
It's a lot going on back there, but it's fine. All right, well, we're out. We will see you in 2 weeks with all the celebrity and Disney news that has gone on. You know, whatever we got to talk about, we'll talk about.
Yeah, maybe I'll make it to Festival of the Arts by then. I don't know. I don't have plans, but it's about to be over and I didn't go yet. So, and they have that mushroom risotto I like, so I got to get up there. All right, that's it.
All right, peace out. K-Town down. Thanks for being here.
If you like this, share with a friend. Don't forget to like and follow.
And find us on all social media at parkinglotchats.podcast. That's Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Same handle.
Thanks for being here.